Welcome back, guys. So today we're going to be doing a brand new hack for the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro. This hack includes the complete Neo Geo library and Unibios options. It looks to be pretty simple and easy to install and pretty awesome at the same time. So Neo Severa had sent this on over to me to check it out and test it out. And this is what was included in the download. We have a folder, ASP-H, and then a README file, and then an update image, a disk image file. So let's take a look at the README real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and run through this process. So HyloStick PRO, Team Ruckus, appreciate everybody who worked on this. So HyloStick PRO is a USB launcher that allows you to unlock the power of your Arcade Stick Pro. This package includes 148 selectable games, custom art, animations, and BIOS selection menu, including Unibios for your titles. All of this is in the familiar user interface as your Arcade Stick Pro, so no weird folder system. Everything is just boom right there. So they have some instructions here. Seems very simple. Make sure you have an empty USB drive with at least 4 gigs of free space. The drive I'm using is a Samsung. I'll put a link in the description. It's very fast. I never have any issues with it. So take a look. If your Arcade Stick Pro is factory fresh, meaning no hacks, move to step 2. I'm using a brand new Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro. It's fresh out the box, so no hacks on mine. But if you do have hacks on yours, you will want to do a factory reset. Now, they do state like, hey, they didn't have anything to do with the previous hacks, only the HyloStick hack. So they're not responsible if you jack anything up. So keep that in mind. But we're going to go ahead and run through this now. So setting up your USB drive. So we're going to put this stuff on over, not the README text, obviously, but the update and the folder. Move it on over and then go to the main menu on your system. And to your settings, scroll down the system, press A. Okay, simple stuff. So we're going to go ahead and get this stuff put on over to my USB drive right here. So I'm just select it all. Well, I'll delete the README text. So we'll let that run through. Shouldn't take more than a minute or so with the drive I'm using. But depending on your drive, your USB speeds, it could take a little while. So be patient. So there we go. Everything completely transferred over. I'm going to delete the README text. We don't really need that on there. But the one thing they do point out is with all this stuff here, the different folders and whatnot, don't mess with any of these things unless you really know what you're doing. I'm going to leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and transfer this on over to the Arcade Stick Pro. So I'm going to unplug the USB drive and plug it in. Okay, so now plugging it into the back of the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro. Got it in there. Give it a second. It'll recognize the bottom right. There we go. We're good. So let's go down to the settings. Hit A. Go to System. Go to System Upgrade. And there it is. The HyloStick V 0.4. Confirm. Unpacking the upgrade, restarting the upgrade. We'll give it a second, and we should be good to go. Okay, so here we go. The system has rebooted, and now we are greeted to this application select screen. Every time you boot your system up with the USB drive attached with the Hylo folder on there, this is what you'll be greeted to. So if you want to go into just the regular user interface with the games that you officially have unlocked, you can still access that. But we're taking a look at the HyloStick hack. So let's go ahead and enter that. Boots up with this little Hylo screen here, little blue action. Should just take a second. And there we go. We have a different theme here. I'm actually like really used to the yellow one. I actually dig it, but that's okay. As long as the games work, I don't care what it looks like, to be honest with you. But it is very nice. We have all the box arts here. And as you see up top, 148 games. So that is really cool. But here we go. Tons of games. The whole library. Oh, we even have the Crossed Swords games. Captain Tomaday. What? Got everything on here. This is really cool. So we'll jump into a game in a second. I'm thinking Samurai Shodown V Perfect, which is a newly dumped game that just came out. That was just rediscovered by SNK for the Samurai Shodown Neo Geo collection for PC and consoles. So really awesome that was ripped and is working. So we'll test that one out. That's what I'm really curious to see. All the King of Fighters, King of Monsters, Last Blade, Last Hope. Nice. We got everything here. This is freaking sweet. All the Metal Slugs. Neopang, Ninja Masters. Nightmare in the Dark's a really cool one. Kind of like Snow Bros, but a little slower, but it's still a really fun game. The Puzzle Bobble games. Riding Hero. And here's the Samurai Showdowns. 5 Special, 5, and 5 Perfect. Yes. So we'll jump into that in a second. I want to see if the settings screen is any different. This is the first time I've done this hack, so I'm kind of new with it, but it just seems like everything's simple and just ready to go. So looks like the same screen, except you got the little captured prisoner dude from Metal Slug doing a little Hadouken on the options there. So, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Let's go ahead and boot up 5 Perfect. Okay, so once you get into it, you have different options for the Unibios, Japanese AES, Asian AES, MVS for Europe and US. We'll go ahead and go with the version 4.0 Unibios. So hit A. So there we go. We're loading it up. That little Hylo ball is rotating instead of the stock image. That's okay. And here's the Universe BIOS version 4 screen. Very nice. So we are in MVS mode. Hit add credits by hitting select. That is awesome. Let's see if we can still go into options. Yes, we can. So you could change your controller settings, your screen size, your quality, which I always recommend leaving it to pixel scaling. Default is smooth scaling, and it does not look great in my opinion. And you also have those scan lines that really look booty. So we're just going to leave it to pixel scaling. So there's that. Let's get back into the game. Press start. So this is looking really good. So Samurai Shodown V Perfect, you know, lost game, had some balancing going on, but there were some changes to it. Some animations removed. Some of the overkills were changed a bit. It's cool to see this game. It's a piece of history for sure. There's definitely no denying that. But I think people still like Samurai Shodown 5 Special better. But hey, it's still really cool to get to play this on the HyloStick Pro. There we go. Oh, victory. What? Okay. Let's go ahead and exit out of that. Test something else out. Goes right back to the screen right away. There's the rest of the games. Got Aero Fighters. All the Super Sidekicks. Soccer games. Street Hoops. That's a good one. SVC Chaos. You know what? Let's load that up. Now that one took a moment to load. Had a little different loading screen there than the other game that we played. But let's test this out. Let me see if we can get into the Unibios screen by hitting select and start. And yes, we can. So we can access the cheat database. There we go. A is to set, B to reset, and C to exit. So we can AES mode only for unlock boss. Enable bouncy Mai, of course. Right? And then we hit C to exit that. You got debug dip settings if you know what you're doing with that. Patch memory, soft reboot system. We're just going to go ahead and exit. So here we go. Let's go ahead and pick Mai. And yeah, we got that bounce action going because of the cheat menu. Doesn't normally get that much bounce, but I remember playing this game at GameWorks back in the day when it first came out. It just kind of caught my eye. I was like, what is this? SBC, SNK versus Capcom. I'm down into these versus games, and this one was kind of weird for me because, you know, I would play as a Capcom character, and it felt and looked strange to me, even though I really loved SNK fighting games. And, you know, it took me a while to kind of appreciate the game for what it was. It's not necessarily my favorite fighting game from SNK, but it's still a unique game. I do like messing around with it occasionally, but yeah, it felt weird back in the day. I never really played it as much as other fighting games, but yeah, pretty cool. So there's that. Let's go ahead and exit out of here. So here's the rest of the games on this hack. up to 148. We have Twinkle Star Sprites. That's a good one. Waku Waku 7. Windjammers. Great game all the way up to Zupapa. But there we go. Let's check out Waku Waku. So that game loaded up pretty darn quick. This seems like depends on the game. Some of them take a little longer to load. But I recently played this on stream on the Sega Saturn. And I thought it was a pretty cool game. So very neat to play it here. But yeah, if you guys are interested in this hack, I'll put a link in the description to Neo Severa's channel. He has a lot more information if you are interested. I'm very happy with what I've seen so far messing around with this. It's exactly what I was hoping for. Like, I just want Neo Geo games. I know some people will be like, bah, I want more. I want Game Boy Advance. I want Nintendo. I got too many devices that play all that stuff. So for me, I was like, you know what? I like keeping like all my classic edition consoles, like having just the games for that console. I know other people are different with that, and that's all good. But I just wanted to share this with you guys. I think it's really cool, really nicely put together hack. So a lot of appreciation for those involved in it. And there you go. Take a look at Neo Severa's channel. Really do appreciate you guys watching. And with that said, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. And boom. Bye.